And our buddy Matthew Murr says, just another question on a different Disney subject. Do you feel any attachment to any of the princesses? I have always been, Matthew, a sucker for the Disney fairy tale. I do like those films quite a bit. I think that they are kind of like the heart and soul of Disney animation in general. Because, like, look, these movies, like Snow White started the whole thing. I mean, Snow White was the movie that got the whole animated movie thing going, right? Little Mermaid in '89 saved the company, literally saved the company. Beauty and the Beast is, to this day, still Disney's crown jewel in animation. I love the Disney princesses. I love these films. They're very timeless. And so I don't have any attachment to any of them in particular. I just like that genre. I like that kind of like that classic storytelling, that timelessness of it. I do dig them. But what do you think, Dre, in terms of the fairy tales, the princess movies? Are you into that? Are you not into that?
Oh, I'm very into it. Yeah, I'm very into that classic, almost medieval, definitely storytelling, or kind of what is it, setting? You know, I'm super into. You know, I was keeping track of Frozen before he was even called Frozen.
Wow.
I was keeping track for that quite a bit. I knew that there was going to be a project on the Snow Queen and that story. And I was telling everybody, like, ooh, like, hey, you know, they got this kind of tale coming out. I believe it was Hans Christian Andersen who did the original source material for it. And I was like, ooh, you know, Disney's really going to, you know, kind of do this, you know, years after the fact that Mark Davis even tried to do it himself, you know, and it could be really interesting, could be cool. It was in, production for like 5, maybe even more years than that. And I was like, right. This might be really cool. This might be really big. I didn't know it was going to blow up to the extent that it did, right. And get a sequel and all that. I had no idea that was going to happen. But I'm really big into that storytelling with you, OG. I'm really big into the kind of princesses, or maybe like the kind of romanticized old school kind of fare, right? I really, really do dig that a lot. One of my favorites is Sleeping Beauty. You know,
yes.
Just unbelievable.
The art direction in that movie is absolutely fucking insane, dude.
No, I will absolutely agree with you. Ivan Durrell, that whole thing is just unbelievable. I mean, you look at, and man, credit to Disney too. You know, Walt, he went big, right? He went with the freaking, you know, full size, I think 70 millimeter Technicolor print for it. You know, the kind of the widescreen format. Gosh, I mean,
gorgeous.
You know, some of the animators were talking about it would take like a full day to do a second of animation.
Oh my god!
Because it was just the line work was so intricate. You know, it had to be so precise to fit this kind of Renaissance style that they had for that movie. Just a gorgeous film. Really, really go back, folks. If you haven't seen it in a while, really go back and just admire some of those background paintings and all of that. I mean, it was really, really phenomenal stuff. So I always have kind of an admiration for that, just for the beauty of it. I know Aurora is not the as fully fleshed out a princess as some of the others, but I really, really do dig that a lot. I know my dad really likes Cinderella. I know that for a fact.
Nice.
Really likes that kind of story. You know, her kind of rags to riches story. That's definitely a sentiment shared by where he came from himself and his own personal life and experience. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. And yeah, maybe like Belle. I really like the Beauty and the Beast kind of story. So, yeah, I do have fun in this. As far as any you know, direct attachment, I don't know, but I definitely do have fondness for that genre, for those movies, and I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, I mean, that genre, that fairy tale genre, really built the Disney company in a lot of ways.
Absolutely.
That Snow White movie propelled Disney to new heights.
Yeah.
Like I said, Little Mermaid saved the company in the late 80s.
Cinderella saved the company back in the, I believe, the 40s. 50s.
Right.
Yeah.
50s.
50s
for Cinderella. Yeah. And then even Tangled sort of kicked off like another kind of Renaissance era recently. And Tangled was really cool because Tangled, when was sort of spearheaded by one of my favorite animators of all time, which is Glenn Keane.
Glenn King, absolutely.
I love Glenn Keane. He created Ariel, Little Mermaid. He created The Beast. He did some great work on Fox and the Hound, but he kind of spearheaded the whole Tangled film, and you can tell because he's kind of like that Renaissance era guy, and that movie definitely has Renaissance era vibes.
Absolutely.
But yeah, those movies are fantastic, absolutely fantastic, classic storytelling, and those films are like relevant forever. I mean, they don't go out of style, you know.
Absolutely, and I agree with you, Glenn King. One of the greats, one of the favorites, absolutely 100%. Spearheaded by him, of course, and he talks about how he had to learn how to draw in digital, you know, and learn techniques in order to and make the change and make that adaptation, and how he kind of based the characterization and kind of the art style of Rapunzel herself on his daughter, you know, and took inspiration from that, and just some really, really, really cool stuff. Very much a personal film, and it shows, and a work of love, and it just hit all the right notes. Rapunzel still holds up today for sure.
Yeah, 100%.